Here's how you can test 100 ads on Meta every single month without wasting money on inefficient ads or ads that are just wasting your budget. So let's take a look at this. If you're testing Meta ads like you did last year, then I have some bad news for you because you might be burning cash, leaving money on the table, and not being able to scale as you might in 2024. So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact framework we use to test hundreds of ads every single month without wasting money or tanking your ad performance. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear system to launch, analyze, and scale winning creatives that actually drives revenue. So let's take a look at our clear framework. Before you even open Ads Manager, what you want is have a clear plan on the action you're going to take. And I'm not talking about randomly launching new ads or hoping something sticks. You need a hypothesis. So you need a clear reason why the ad you're launching has the best potential to perform well and deliver the results you're looking for. Are you testing a bold new concept, a fresh messaging, fresh angle, a different creator? You need to decide what you're testing and what outcome and results you're expecting. What you need to keep in mind is that bigger swings usually lead to bigger results, and you don't want to micro test tiny elements that won't move the needle. Instead, what you want to focus on is high impact variations that can actually shift performance. And let me show you a couple of examples here. I have 3 different examples, and I want to show you the hooks, and the hooks will kind of paint a picture for what you can imagine is the rest of the ad. And I've shared this in our newsletter, Creative Ad Lab. So if you are not subscribed, just go to creativeadlab.com, enter your email, and you'll get our weekly newsletter. We currently send 3 emails per week. So you're going to get a lot of creative breakdowns, and you're going to learn how to create ads that are actually working on social media nowadays. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. This one, I'm just going to show you the hooks. And if you go back to the newsletter, you can just watch the full variations with the exact creative breakdown. But let's take a look at the hooks in the first few seconds of these videos.
Here's how bird dogs shorts. They make your legs and butt look better with fabric that stretches.
Right, that's one concept that they are testing. Let's take a look at another brand.
Okay, let's be real. Who is really drinking mushrooms? I'm so sick and tired of seeing these mushroom coffee ads, but somehow...
Right, that's another concept that another brand is testing that kind of gives you a clear idea and picture of what they are testing. Let's take a look at something completely different.
This is a quick bit of car care every four-wheel drive owner forgets. Changing your windscreen wipers. Whether you're in the dusty outback or hitting some deep river crossings, you'll be thankful.
Right, so 3 different products, 3 different demographics they are targeting, and 3 different concepts and messaging and angles that they are going with. So you want to test new concepts in the first place, and within those concepts, different messaging, angles, different creators to see who actually performs best and who's most authentic to your audience and resonates best. So focus on those. And what you should test first is rapid concept testing. Is the approach that I like. You want to rapidly test new concepts and see what sticks. And then within that, you want to optimize. So forget tweaking tiny messaging and details. If your ad doesn't stop the scroll, so you need a really good hook, your message won't even matter. So focus on the hook, and the hook usually sets the tone for the rest of the ad creative. Here's what I like to test first. So it's call out hooks. So call out your audience, who you want to speak to. It's problem solution hooks. So if your product solves a clear problem and your product is the solution to that problem, you can start with the problem solution hook to get people in to watch the rest of the video. Then within the video and the middle parts, or sometimes in the beginning, before and after visuals work very well. You need to be cautious about health and wellness brands. There's limitations on what you can use and what you cannot use. And in terms of before and after visuals, so just pay attention to that and just go read meta guidelines for it. And then UGC testimonials work very well. It can be a separate concept where the entire video is around the UGC testimonial, or it can be shorter snippets where you do mashups and you have multiple customers or UGC creators with different lines. It's going to create UGC testimonials within your ads. Then for this actual system on how you want to launch ads in Meta is I recommend to create dedicated testing ad set. So I like to have one campaign dedicated to testing, and then for each batch of the concept to have a new ad set. You never want to dump new creatives into an existing ad set, because what usually happens is Meta's algorithm might not even allocate spend to them. and you want to keep your test ads separate so you can get clean, actionable data, and you're not limited with the ad set limitation and preferring different ads that have already proven results. You actually want to test new ads, and you want to see how they perform to evaluate whether you can scale them or not. Then the next recommendation is I prefer to use broad audience, and there's a couple of reasons why. And the first reason is if your ad doesn't work with broad audience, it will not scale. And so by keeping targeting wide, you can test the real scalability. If you're a very small brand spending maybe hundreds a day in ad spend, what I would also try is interest tags. You can have an ad with the interest tag. I just wouldn't use that for testing new ads. You can use that for trying to scale or trying to find some additional profitability. But for scaling and testing ads, the broad audience is the best. Then you should run 2 to 4 variations per test. So within the ad set, you want to have 2 to 4 different variations of that concept. And here, with these variations and the concepts in general, you want to focus on bigger swings, like different hooks, formats, angles, not just minor tweaks. So not just like one little edit here at the 40-second of 60-second long video, but instead different hooks, formats, angles, different length of the video. You really want to have different variations to test. Now, what budget to start with? In 2025, testing on $5 a day is just not going to cut it. That's like long overdue, and you cannot use that anymore to get any meaningful results. So for meaningful results, you should be spending at least $50 to $100 per day per test. So per the concept in the ad set, that's going to give you like really great results and see the potential behind that ad so you can meaningfully test it. And if a creative performs well for 3 to 4 days, once you have some reliable data to analyze, you can scale it up by 20% to actually see its true potential and to help get you better results and more scalability. So you want to put more budget behind it. If you increase the budget by 20% overnight, and then you test it for 2 to 3 days, it's still performing very well. You can increase the budget and the spend by additional 20%, and you can just continue increasing as long as the ad performance is where you want to have it. Now, what to analyze every week? Every week, I recommend you review your test results and ask these questions. What worked and why? And you want to actually document it in writing. You want to figure out whether it was the hook, call to action, visuals, like what has actually worked and why. So that's what you want to analyze. And you want to look at business metrics and retention metrics. So I had a different previous YouTube video for that topic. So I recommend you go and watch that. Then you want to analyze and review how can I apply this learning to future creatives. So what worked and why, and how can I apply this learning to future creatives? And what's the next logical iteration to test? So how can you actually iterate on that winner? And with the iteration being opening doors to get a different creative that's also going to have the same potential and scalability as the winning ad. So you might be able to use the same script with a bit different creator that's similar to your winning creator, or you might tweak the script a little bit and film it with your winning creator that filmed the original ad that worked very well. And the best advertisers aren't just testing randomly. So you want to have the thinking behind it and the logic behind it for what you're testing. Don't just test anything. And the best advertisers are also refining a system where each test improves the next. So you continually want to improve your results, and the tests are going to allow you to do so. And if you want to dive deeper into creating your winning ad strategy, and if you're spending over 10K a month on Meta ads and could use our help scaling your ads profitably, just hit the link in the description and apply to work with us. And we're going to take care of your entire production. We're going to come up with the scripts, come up with the concepts initially that we're going to share with you. We're going to align on a kickoff call in the first week. And then we're going to turn them into scripts, film with the creators that you approve from our network, and deliver the ads that are just ready to launch. So if you're spending over 10K a month, just hit the link in the description. And I'm looking forward to collaborating with us. And that's it for this video. I'm going to see you with the next one.